So I've been running San Pedro today it'll be 15 years in 2024. And two stories stick out to me that are really special. The first one was when John Olguin passed away. John Olguin passed away a month after my maternal grandfather passed away, James Reed. And so I was going through a really hard time with that. Then John passed away on New Year's Day, a month after my grandfather. And John Olguin passing away was a very, very, very significant moment in San Pedro's history. He was Mr. San Pedro. He was a wonderful man. And it was the first time I had to put together an issue celebrating like a person. It was the first time that I had to do a full-on obituary issue for a man who deserved it. And it was a challenge. It was one of those issues where I had to rise up to the challenge to get it done. And not only to get it done, but to do it right. And to do it respectfully, and to do it to celebrate the man's life, and to be able to tell the stories, and gosh darn it, we did it. And I'm so proud of that issue. I still hold that in high regard. The other story that kind of sticks out to me is I love the Beach Boys. The Beach Boys are my second to REM. The Beach Boys are my all-time favorite band. The Beach Boys have a history, have a South Bay relationship with San Pedro, being they were from Hawthorne. And so many people in the boomer generation here in San Pedro love the Beach Boys. I mean, it brought that surf culture into town, all that stuff. Well, you never know what can happen in your life. And a couple of years ago, Blondie Chaplin of the Beach Boys moved into San Pedro, and Leo Rossi introduced me to him. And it's weird to see a guy whose music or songs you sang as a kid, moves into, near Mary Star in town, and he walks by your house every day at 6:30 in the morning, and you're like, that was a Beach Boy, that's pretty cool, And then we got to cover him in the magazine. He was on the cover of the magazine, but you get to meet some really cool people. Adding to that, I'm gonna add one more to that. I have a third. It has to do with Charles Bukowski. Charles Bukowski, for those familiar, he's a famous poet who, while not from San Pedro, ended up living in San Pedro and living his final years in San Pedro. Well, he only lived a few blocks away from my grandparents. And a couple, maybe 7 years ago, we did an issue on him. It was, I believe, there was an anniversary involved, either of his death or of his birthday. I don't remember exactly what. But I got to meet his wife, Linda, and she took me through a tour of his house, and I got to see all of his original works and all of his artwork and his original desk where he wrote. And I'm a big fan of Charles Bukowski, so it was interesting to see another example of you never know who's in San Pedro, and you never know what you're going to find. And it was really a neat moment to see kind of that history. It's still preserved. As I sit here now, I don't think she's touched his writing room. And it was really interesting to be in there and kind of just feel that, the window in his writing room overlooked. You see the Vincent Thomas Bridge. It was a small window. And his desk sat there, and very prolific writer. And just, you think all that stuff that came out, his typewriter was still there too. His ashtray still had ashes in it. There was there was a wine bottle that sitting there that was dried up, that was just sitting on the desk still. Just fascinating. And you just, that was an interesting moment. Again, things that would never happen if I didn't have the magazine.